We talked about it Monday. You liked the way they responded to that point. Where did they take it from there till today?
Continue to respond. Guys are practicing like they have a chip on their shoulder. Pretty much got a bad taste in their mouth from what happened on Saturday. So, hopefully it stays in there. They stay with that feeling and remember how they felt coming off the field.
How have you seen their, we saw some pursuit stuff, but how has the tackling drills gone with all that? The details.
Everything that we're doing is the same thing that we've been doing, so it's been going good.
Some of the defensive coaches have talked about fixing it. You talked about it on Monday as well. How have you seen the defensive coaches talk to the players this week to prepare them to try and improve some of those technicalities?
It's more of the players taking it upon themselves. So coaches are still on them and stuff, but you can see that the players are like, okay, we got to fix this. We got to do this because they're the ones out there doing it. And I think that it just resonated with them what happened out there on the field. So now it's a little bit more attention to details.
Does Nico DeValier need to practice before he can play at this point because he's been out for a little while, or can he just kind of go back into
He'll still be able to do his cardio and all of that stuff, so I think he could be okay, but we're always going to err on the side of making sure that we can take care of guys and just throwing them out there in the play.
Is there an update on his status for Saturday?
No, he's still a personal issue.
What are you seeing out of UNLV so far?
It's a good team.
As far as the way they run the ball, what stands out about it? It seems like they've got a couple different guys.
Yeah, they got a Jet Thomas also.
Yeah.
So
and they also got two quarterbacks.
Yes, so it's the battle of will the real Jet Thomas stand up. But he's a good back. He's ran hard. I think he's averaging above 8 yards a carry. So, and then those quarterbacks are really good too. They both can extend plays and make it happen. So it's a good team we're playing against, and we're just gonna get out there and execute and do what we got to do.
Is one of the quarterbacks a better runner than the other, or are they kind of similar?
I don't want to give them any ammo, so
okay.
But they're both good football players.
Okay.
One of the UNLV defensive backs said something publicly about Nico. Is that something that it's like bulletin board material for him?
That's how their program operates. That's not how we operate. We're gonna get out there and play ball and go from there.
Status updates on Shaw and Rico Flores?
Still making their way back, but not quite there.
What did you think of the guys' strength conditioning in the first game? How did you think that held up?
I don't think their conditioning was an issue.
So it was fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have an analytics staff or anybody like a consulting company that helps with fourth down decision making?
Yeah.
How does that work in game?
We have our sheet and how our procedures and how we go through things.
How did that work out on the field goal choice in the third quarter?
It worked out fine because we wanted to get points.
Is that what the sheet said, or was that?
That's what we wanted to do.
You talked about this a little bit earlier, but traveling, only having to go Friday versus Thursday. Will you still go to the stadium on Friday and do that thing that you did last year?
We'll still go see it because this will be the first time most of these guys have been in there. So we'll still go down in there on Friday.
It looks like their quarterback and their top receivers developed pretty decent connections through those first two games. What stands out about Jaden Bradley?
He's going to get targets, so they make sure that they target him and find ways to get him the ball in his hand. He's a good receiver, and you just know that they're going to force feed him, So.
How's a guy like Gary Smith responded from last week, knowing he's a veteran guy on the team and he's kind of one of the leaders on that defensive group?
You can tell he was a guy that was really focused on talking to the defense and making sure that they're operating at a certain level, He was somebody, after I brought it up, he wanted to talk to the guys. So, Gary's a leader on the field and off the field, so I appreciate the stuff that he brings to the table.
Do you have a way of measuring who's the fastest player on the team? I mean, the reason I ask is because Roderick, we're talking to Roderick. Do you have the miles per hour stuff that we used to hear about?
Yeah, we still have all of that. So that's the number one argument out there right now, is that we know how fast Roderick is, but he's still new here, so he hasn't had as much time to get his miles per hour up. So we can only go off what's in practice so far, but he's still one of the top guys.
Can you tell us who is the fastest right now?
The fastest that we've had is probably Croy at practice, Kanye in game.
And what were can you remember the readings?
I think Kanye's was a 22.
Wow.
They're both 22 plus.
Wow. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.